bringing it in with some Mindbender. All right, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday. Turn my headphones up. Check, check, check. My mic is not quite loud enough. I think I'm going to turn that up a little bit. Monitor stream is on. All right, time for some track feedback. I think we're all synchronized on the same time zone again. Not like last week. Ben Hunt, Paul's here. Alex is back. Alex B. Hope everything is cool with you and your people, man. I know there's a lot of shit going on, so at least we have some time to do music together. There's Mindbender in the background. Gabor is here. All right, and I got a bunch of tracks, so I'm just going to kind of jump right in and go through them all. And after the meeting, after track feedback today, we're going to do a Mix a Texture record label meeting, which will be around, let's say, 2 o'clock, so 2 hours from now, so I can do track feedback, take a break, get a cup of coffee, scratch my foot, and come back in. A lot of updates, a lot of tracks, a lot of version 2 mixes. So I'm going to do this thing today where I take each person and, like, if a person has like 2 tracks in progress, I might jam through them, maybe not listen all the way through, but just go for the updates. Mr. Melvis, who got your, did you get your, so you're on Windows 11 now, and then we just had Live 11.1. Mine just updated after the Ableton shutdown last week. That was interesting. And oh, Mark, okay, we didn't change in France. En France. All right, let's get it going. So here's Mindbender coming in. Oh, and let me close Discord. I'm gonna do one last check for tracks. This beat is so jamming. People dropping gifts in there. Okay. Bye-bye Discord. Hello, music.
I'm living for today, 'cause it's not over. I'm living for today, 'cause it's not over. I'm living for today.
I think this one's totally done. This is a mastered version of something we heard before. Got my EQs flat. It sounded beautiful and wide. I think it's ready. Is Morton here? And if you see a tiny left-right difference on this track, that's probably from my broadcast levels being just a little bit off. Hey Gabor, yeah, I get enough sleep. I take a nap in the afternoon. This sounds amazing. This sounds done. I'm not hearing anything I can even comment on. Right? And TJ Waters coming in. Okay. I hate to pause tracks like this, but this one is so good. I want to keep moving because I'd like to be able to help the people who need help. And Mindbender clearly does not need any help on this track. This one's done. Let us buy it, because as soon as I pressed play, I was like, I didn't even want to start talking. I was in the groove. So really nice job on that. Hope it gets released soon. Now, Survival LP, side B. Let's see what we got. This is interesting. He said all the tracks are made from 2 turntables, a sampler, and a 16-channel mixer and a delay pedal, which is, and then recorded on cassette tape. How much fun is that? 1991 hip-hop vibe. That's almost exactly how I started making beats, just coincidentally, is sampling off vinyl, recording on a cassette deck, and plugging in a bunch of shit in between. It's got that nice warm sound, kind of chopped up and disjuncted. Let's scroll through and see what else we got. Wow, that's like an Afrobeat kind of rhythm. Tony Allen in there. I love that weird stuff. Yeah, keep working on this one. That's super interesting. You know what's good is the low beats in here. That's hard to do with samplers, is sample a bass line. It's usually almost on all old records, the bass line is like in between the drums or something else. So it can be really hard to get clear bass sounds. Who's scratching on this? Yeah, Scott, totally right. The Flying Lotus. Let's keep going to see what else is on here. Ooh, this one's dirty. Damn. This one's nasty, man. Wow, wow, wow. Definite vibe. Look at that high end. It's rolled off from like 5K. Just a nice, gentle slope. With the sci-fi bleeps and everything. Beautiful. And I noticed that I don't have to touch the EQ or volume on any of these. They're coming out at the same level. Total boom bap. Ninja tune, right? Putting the Smithsonian on podiums. It's Adele the Funky Homo Sapien, right? Yeah, a beat, a bass bump, a little weird synth on top, and that's all you need. Mindbender's wrecking it. I'm gonna put this whole playlist on loop later today. Oh, and then the smoked out beat. "49 seconds. Aww. We used to call these backpacker beats. People with the headphones on with the little headphone going, the cable going into your backpack for your iPod. Because if your iPod's in your backpack and you fall asleep on the train, then somebody tries to steal your backpack, you're going to hear it right away. That's why. Ooh, penetrate the roof of your car with a spike. I just cut off the end of that one. Wait. Yeah, that delay swoop. So track 6, that ending delay, another 10 seconds. Oh my God. These mixes are good for some like 1999 type music. Wow. Shepherds, exactly, man. This one feels like you could almost throw it in with like a psychedelic cumbia kind of set. That's that kind of round feel. DJ Waters. I'm impressed, man. This is interesting music, and it's nice to hear a stretching range. Didn't expect that vocal, right? A little bit jumpy on the split to the Is that flute? What's that Middle Eastern flute called? Taib would know. This one's interesting. With the vinyl scratching in there. Oh my god. That shit is serious. Ethiopium. Oh my god, Ethiopium. That's a funny name. Ethiopian opium. This one feels like maybe a little bit of like low mid EQ. Might be a little bit like whoa, whoa, whoa. That low mid zone, I'm boosting right here. I don't know, maybe somewhere around 200, 250. It might be a little bit like, could use a little bit of low end, low mid kind of thing. And a little high end boost. But seriously, that's the first place I felt anything in this playlist that needed work. Track 8. Whoa.
Check this hit. I know you're tired of dumb shit, so check this hit.
Smashing it up. Sampler beats changing it up. Wow. Rhythmically diverse. This track is almost like a sampler of a bunch of different music. Cranking this up. Yeah, play this for people when they're smoking and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Was that Slick Rick? I know you like. Where was that vocal thing? Back here? That might have been a sample off that same record we just heard. Good do.
I know you're tired of dumb shit, so check this hit.
Listen to what he did before that with the little glitch.
I know you're tired of dumb shit, so check this.
In the stereo field.
I know you're tired of dumb shit, so check this hit.
Amazing. Maxime, so Morton said in Discord that he sampled off, that was totally made from sampling off vinyl, analog mixing board, hardware effects, and a sampler. So it's just basically sampler music all off vinyl. I suspect there might have been a bass line synth in there somewhere because I heard some bass lines that sounded like they came from a clean synth that wasn't sampled. But you never know with the mind like the Bender Blender. So give us more of that one too. And that's going to be a cool playlist album to go through. Now, speaking of fucking your head up, let me take my master level down and we'll see what DJ Waters is doing on this remix project with, I think, Pitbull on here.
If you came to dance, put your hands in the air. And if you came to drink, put your drinks in the air. And if you came to smoke, put your hookahs in the air. And if you came to party, everybody.
Yeah, get him, get him.
It's 305. 305.
Yeah, that last one, totally Warped Records kind of thing. All right. cool bass line. I heard that. Poor little Pitbull got all smashed up and distorted. I'm afraid we're losing DJ Waters to the mainstream side. We're gonna see him partying with Paris Hilton next. That's hot.
All the women love it when you give them that.
Oh, this is funny.
She love that.
She loved that.
When I give her that.
Anda sola en la discoteca hoy. Esta deja no quiere amor. Pide rola, papi, dale ese dolor.
Doing it justice though, I mean, I didn't have to touch the faders or anything yet. Okay, right here, in this gap, right? So I could hear there's a reverb on the original vocal, and then right before the gap, the reverb gets muted. If you could possibly have that reverb continue from the vocal across to where the beats drop, it would sound like it was noticeable that the reverb stopped right there. I mean, it's okay, but I noticed it like, oh, the reverb stopped. Yeah, then the vocals are gonna still come back in there, so I would keep that reverb continuous on the gap. This is funny, man. And in here, get that hi-hat louder right here. Totally bring up that hi-hat. I'm gonna go in on some EQ. So what I'm doing right there is I'm taking out some of the high mids where it's a little scratchy and bringing up the low end to get more of that boost in the bottom, because the track was looking really flat and not as heavy in the low end. Now it's like blah, blah, blah. Solid low end down there, look at that. Those hi-hats up. That little scratchy shit is good. Yeah. All right. Little detail on the different kick drum sounds. The peep kick is coming through like not as heavy as the deep kick. We got the peep and the deep. Let me go back to this section right here. There's the deep one. There's the peep, okay? That one feels heavy. Bow, bow, bow. This one not so much. Pew, pew, pew. And that one feels super deep and low. Like that contrast right there is like, I don't know, if you want to get something with the peep part a little bit bigger on the bottom, so it's like an equivalent low end pulse. This is so funny. Pitbull is so tough and he's like so like macho, you know, and then this is just like shut up, which is funny. So what are you guys talking about? The kick is kind of flat and maybe. The thing I like is that from the beginning, we're getting to trust the DJ Waters production where you can press play at the start and you know that it's going to be, you're going to get the intro and you're going to get hit with it and it's going to be good when it comes in. So that's cool. And that has a great sound, that transition. That was cool. I don't know if I can really comment about the verse being in the breakdown and the song structure. It totally worked for me to just present it right up front. Like, here's the original, then it's going to get smashed. And I got the message of the track. So the structure for me basically worked. And then, okay, the last section, vocal placement not being so off. I don't know, the last one, the vocal was not as obvious. Like, you could probably cut the vocal out at this point. I don't know if people really want to hear more of it, because we know the vocal's there. But what I really liked the most was that the bass line that's going boom, 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 that scale motion going down, you can still hear it. And it's not totally obvious that there's a bass line happening, but it's cool that this track reflects that there is a bass line somewhere. Do, 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 bum, 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 and getting all smashed up. Okay, so people are saying the vocal needs to sit more aligned with the beat. We have that a lot with DJ Waters, where sometimes the claps are like, nope, I'm going to put them over here, not what you expect. And I guess the Frenchcore style, it is about like rhythmic, unexpected surprise stuff, as well as there's kind of a little bit of a commentary on the pop culture on this one for making it not sound like a perfectly aligned track. So maybe you could play with getting the lyrics and verses on the beat more, or maybe that was on purpose. I'm not quite sure. Thought too much of the original, some of that vocal out. Yeah, maybe take out the vocal on the last chunk of the track and let it bang. Morton, you're here. Dude, so, okay, the first track that we played from yours, the one that's mastered, was amazing. I forget the name. Living for Today. Done. Perfect. We all want to buy that track. And then the playlist of sampler beats that were chopped up, we're all just like, oh my God, transported to the past. That was really cool too. Some of them, we actually wanted to be longer, and it was really interesting to hear the rhythmic chop-ups. So DJ Waters, bring that back on Saturday with a little bit less vocal in there. And seriously, that one spot where the reverb stopped sounded like a mistake. So I would have that reverb wash over and carry over just to be like, okay, I know that reverb's a professional thing, and then you can kind of show that you're smashing everything about the track later. Okay, Ian, nope, the vocals do not sit on the beat ever in FC. Always on the offbeat. Making sense. Cool, Tight Slackhouse is here while managing the kids. I know, you put up some funny pictures about the kids and the studio build and everything. Sounds like it's coming from another room with a different DJ. I think that's an element of the Frenchcore where the bass is such a massive like assault on your body that the other stuff that's off tempo can be like a train wreck kind of coming into your brain while your body's on a different channel. Strategic subconscious brain programming with weird lyrics. Now, Gotta Let It Go. This was a question of, do you want to finish this one? Is that right? All right, so let's scan through this and let me reset my EQ. Bam, bam, bam. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. Question, should this one get finished or should it be put to nothing land? So far so okay, so good. No problem. Oh, and then Ian, those little hi-hats need to come up louder in your mix. That's going to be important because that was a cool sound. And then overall, the low end, it could be bigger, and the mids scooped out a bit. Bass line is cool. Beat is cool. Yeah. To me, this sounds like a cool kind of acid rework of a house track. This is not cheesy at all. And vocal coming back. Got a little bit of a slow pulse. I could use some hi-hats. Right on time. Yeah, Morton, keep going with this. This is not cheesy at all. I'm gonna skip ahead because I know we got people. See what happens in the breakdown. I was expecting the vocal to come back right here. Does it come back? Yeah, and the lyrics have a cool message too. Let it go. It's like kind of a standard universal message, but it's not gonna, it'll have a long shelf life with that message. So we get basically 3 repeats of the vocal. Cool. That one is worth finishing for sure. I was expecting the vocal to come in sooner. So the first time it came in, it was like this big soulful vocal, right? And that was okay. And then we drop into a hard acid thing, totally solid. The beats were layered up, nice mix, nice bass lines. I was sort of expecting when there's, with a vocal like that, you expect there to be a breakdown. The big vocal comes in again, and then the beat drops, right? So for like a soulful house, that's what you would get. Right around here, maybe you could tease the vocal and just like do a little clip of it and mute it and, you know, tease it a little bit so that we don't have to wait all the way out to here. That might be a little bit too much time before the second vocal. So I would try teasing a little snip like go, 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 something like that. And I know I always say put the vocal into a delay in the breakdown. It's like a, oh shit, Scott's leaving. Back in 30 minutes. All right, we'll bump your track to 1 o'clock. I know I always say, you know, use some delay on the vocal in the breakdown to make it interesting. That's like kind of predictable recommendation for me. But Morton, this track is totally not cheesy and definitely worth building out. So, and by the way, it sounds really good already. You always put up these mixes where you're like, it's version 1. I don't know how it sounds, and it's like done. Scott said maybe dry up the vocal a little bit so it's not so much reverb and bleed. But yeah, people are all saying the same kind of thing. Oh, Morton, have a session singer to do the vocals? No, I think that vocal works. There's enough there to use that as a sample on the track and just chop it a little bit. It doesn't need a new vocal. You could, but it doesn't need it. All right, cool. I don't know. I'm not sure what you would want a session person to do differently, like variations on the vocal and have, or maybe like more lyrics, more verses, possibly. But let's keep going. Okay, Alex B, we're going to do the techno version, and then Saturday we'll have the other mix from the house section. So let's see what we got. Nice and clicky to start off with. Hey, Ross is here. What's up? gonna wait for the beat to drop in before I turn this up. Is that the main kick drum? That sounds a little low. All right, kick drum needs to be bigger in the mix. Just literally turn it up because it's feeling low. You put up the master here. And specifically that means the bassline drone is a lot bigger than the kick drum. So you can take that bassline level down a little bit, bring up the kick drum so the kick is really smacking. And I'm not sure what kind of system you were listening to. This could be something about your monitoring or the room you're in. You maxed out everything on the kick channel, so you gotta bring the bassline down. I don't know. It's that could be your overall mix gain staging, where you have to take basically everything else in the mix down, get your kick and your bassline working together. And like this would be a mix where, you know, if I had that problem with the kick drum being all the way up, yeah, that bassline's crazy loud. What I would do is take the whole mix and bring it down, and then turn my monitors up louder, and then bring the kick back up so I still have headroom on the kick channel and the room feels loud. Then bring the mix around that so that you're not redlining anything. I like the sounds. The bleeps. Knock, knock, knock. Good percussion, good layering. That little wet thing. That's cool. I like that one. I like that lead that just came in. So we're hitting 130, yeah. Definitely, that kick drum has to be just so epic in the mix that it's like... I like what the track is doing. The stages you're going through and the flow, it's really good. Leaps. That talk, talk, talk is kind of loud. Where was that? That one at 415, that's a little bit louder than the other percussion, so it sounds like somebody knocking on the door outside the room. The knock knock, it doesn't ruin the track, but it does sound very noticeably different from the other drums. Yeah, Shepherds, the drone is massive, eats up the kick, pretty much. I wonder if, do you have a place in the track where it's only kick drum without that bass line? That sound is great. I like the synth pad at the end too. And there's a chord progression happening underneath. Kind of subtle, but you can feel it. Yeah. Harmonically interesting. The track is laid out well. The sounds are cool. Pretty much just a low-end situation and rebuilding the mix. Unfortunately, you got to tear it down and kind of put the levels back up. That's a nice ending. It didn't fade all the way out. I like it when a track has an ending and doesn't just stop. But everybody in the universe on every mix forever, let the tails fade down until silence, count to 5, and then stop the track. So when you're exporting in Ableton, select all in your arrangement, take the loop brace at the end and stretch it like 4 bars farther because you don't want to cut off your fade out and your reverb tails or whatever. A drone and a sub, that's why it's eating it up. What I would do is if I had this session, I would make a group channel with the kick drum, the drone, and the sub, and just only have that channel on and get those 3 working together as a unit for your whole low end. And then mix the rest of the track. And that way, if the low end is like way too big or way too small, you could take the one fader from the group channel and move it up or down to adjust the level of the whole low end pressure together. Because what can really be a problem in a mix is when you have the whole multi-track session and you want the bass line up just a little bit, or it feels like you want more low end, so you push the bass line up and then you can't hear the kick drum, so you push the kick drum up and then you can't hear the other thing. And it really works well for me to take whatever is the low end information, like below 250 hertz, put them in a group together, get that group locked in as one unit, and then kind of like keep it on one fader on the group channel so that you can adjust the level of the low end in the whole track without disturbing the relationship of the kick drum, without making your kick drum get lost, basically. But that was cool. Other than that, that's a super cool track. So don't mess up the sound design and the structure. Those are all cool. 6.5 minutes, perfect length. Let's just get some low end for Saturday. We'll skip through, check it out. And next up, is Randy here? And what did I say I was going to do? Oh, Scott is on QuickTime Tiesto Remix version 2. Okay. So we'll get back to him at 1 o'clock. Randy's not here yet. He might be coming. So let's do Ben Hunt. And Ben, thanks for the help on the graphics, animation, and reviews and stuff. There we go. Yeah, make the kick drum the main instrument and then put the remaining elements around it. Okay, so Ben, yes, the answer for what you posted on Discord is I think the bass line is working. Because the kick is big and prominent, but I can feel that deep sub bass around the kick. So yeah, I think the bass line is good. Shepherds, yes. Faders down, monitors up. That's what I say. Turn your mix down, crank up the level of your amps. Yeah, the bottom is tight on this one. I like how we got into the breakdown. Perfect. Little rhythmic thing coming back right in. I like the whole synth world too. It's like, wow, wow. What did you say, a wonky disco? I think it works for that. That little thing. At 221, was that a delay? It sounded cool. What do you guys think? Do you think that vocal could be louder? I hear it as a nice sample. It's inside the music. It's not positioned like a lead vocal, like a lead singer. I like how it works in this track, though. I don't personally want it louder, but I'm wondering if anybody else wants it louder. I like this one. Is there more of that sample, or is it only Share Your Love With Me? Because this would be a place to have, like, Because I Love You in the Morning, whatever the rest of the verse is saying. This would be a place to open up and hear more of the sample, like a longer duration where the person's saying different stuff. But whatever. Okay, Piv Clit, the 300 to 800 mid-range, a little bit down on the synth. Yeah, there's a resonant kind of around there. Here's cut and boost. It can get a little bit ringy. Ben, I don't think the vocal needs to be louder. Somebody might. No, I think it's good. I think it's good. I like the little that intro thing. Good structure. Something dropped out right there. Got that cracking snare. That was a cool build-up. It started going chugga 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 chugga. Yeah, little mid-range EQ on the synth, and I think that one's gonna be good to go. I especially like that rhythmic thing that happened right at 221 and here also, right? How did you do that hi-hat thing? Was that doubling it up in a delay, or did you program the MIDI notes? It sounded like a snare drum practice doing paradiddles, where it's like something like that. Yeah, good track, feels good. Sit inside it, wonky disco. That would fit with the Mindbender track we were listening to with that soul vocal too. All right, Randy, is Randy here yet? OSP, Tim Laws, Tice, Sheppers. And we got 2 from Sheppers and on Paul's here, right? So let's bump up the people who are here. And if you're not here, you gotta wait. Abyss version 2. Here's me putting up the level on the broadcast. Ooh, solid. I like that nice high end on the kick. Click, click, click. Looking for the update notes. Looking for the update notes. I think the low end is great. Dungeon techno. I liked version 1 last week, and this is solid. Headphones up. Pitch shift. Everything in this track is working. I'm done. Moving around. Oh my god. Wait. I want to hear that again. It's like, whoop. Like the climax point for me. It's about it's after halfway. All the sounds are in. Totally works with the Shepherd style. Sound design is sick. And the low end bass and drums ending. Yeah, I think this one is done. Ooh, wait. I always talk when those bumps come in. Yeah. Just enough of those double bumps. Not predictable. Keeps it fresh. Is this the same as Saturday? I don't care. I'm still glad we played it. The high end on the kick drum is perfect. And a little reverb for the ending. Oh, you only updated the Umos. Well, you got some claps on the Abyss. Really good sound. And right back into another one. And 140. Ooh, I just tapped an exact 140. Look at that. So compared to the last one, the bass rumble feels a little bit louder, like the sub rumble, and the kick is not so much grabbing you. The bass is gonna get you like a whoop, 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 whoop. What do you guys think about the low end? I think it should be more kick drum and not as much sub. Because that last track was so much like solid bass or solid kick drum bottom. Tambourine is good. down at 40 hertz. That one little sound is a little too sharp. That was like a little like surprisingly loud. So on those sweep things, like from 1,000 to 4,000, maybe like take that down just a little bit. Yeah. All right, so we got a common opinion on the low end. I like what the track is doing. Let's skip forward. Down to the home, coming back for a landing. Yeah, structure is awesome. Sound design is cool. A little bit of EQ in the high end, so those sweeps are not like so much of a like. I like the atmosphere too. It feels wide and behind me, kind of. That's really good. And the little high one. That's good. Mindbender's like in the low end. Okay. And good reverb ending style. Okay, so sub frequencies down a little bit. Kick drum nice and powerful, and I would even use I just forgot the name. The other one as a reference. Advent? No. Cool. Yeah, Shepherds has been cranking out a ton of tracks. In our record label meeting, right after track feedback at about 2 o'clock, we're going to talk about the upcoming No Mercy release and how we can all help promote it by grabbing little snippets of stuff and sharing them like together. Yeah, I got some homework on that one. Mindbender, make your kidneys move. All right, let's get into Sunday Dub. Is Paul still here? Yes, good. Sunday Dub, and EQ flat, here we go. All right. That is low. This is like elephants in the bathtub. Is that sub bass moving in the stereo field a little bit? It is, right? Let's check our spectrum meter. I mean our phase meter. Okay, when it goes to the left like that, that's a phase problem that we don't want. I'm gonna go in mono. And listen if the bass line changes pressure in mono, right? And back in stereo. Just for fun, what I would do on this bassline channel is, this is a perfect place for the bass mono switch up to like 200 or something, just to make sure that the bottom end of that bass line is going to stay centered and not have phase problems. Or if it does have bad phase problems, you're going to know because you'll hear it. You don't want to be sending out sub bass that's traveling left and right too much On a vinyl record, that could literally bounce the needle out of the groove and make the record skip. Because one side of the V would have like a big bass pulse in it. Sound design is cool. I like these sounds. And I could even hear like one of those like flanger hi-hat acoustic drum kits. Like with the spring reverb and a flanger going on the hi-hats. This is cool sound. Yeah, changing the delay time. Oh, Mindbender, mid-side EQ, cut the sides around 120. Yeah, on the sub channel. Is that so, Paul? Is that one bass synth that's doing the pulse? That's not a layered instrument, right? That's just one. DJ Waters is like biting his nails, like come on. I like it though. It feels calm and peaceful. It's nice. It totally feels like Sunday music. Like everything you do is at this speed. And the mix is pretty decent. I mean, the mid-range stuff, the synths. Yeah. That filter's cool. So you definitely want to get the center, the low end of your sub bass centered, and then have the stereo stuff for the top, tweaking the filter and the saturation and making the texture of the bass move around. It's definitely cool to have that bass move around and do textural stuff. Just one bass synth. So it's time to get into split processing, where you think of the mono low end as a separate sound from the main bass line. You could even double the track, double the channel, have one of them be only the sub that's mono in the center, and have the other one with a high pass filter up above like 300 or something, and do your saturation and pan position stuff with that one. Oh, it's Matt Schultz. Other than that though, the mix sounds good, the effects are cool. The high frequency stuff is nice without being too much. Let's see how we get to the end. And you didn't let that one fade out. The ending was clipped. Yeah, so Sunday, let's call that the after party recovery, when everybody wants to eat green food. Metabolic. You ever get that like metabolic craving after the weekend where you're like, I need green food? Making something different came out after a long jam. Yeah, I like what you're doing with it. So work on the low end, maybe add a little more percussion or some other elements to play with and see what happens. So Randy Adams, back in tech land. I like the gap. It goes like dung chicka chicka chicka. Nice effects on that stab thing. I hear a little subtle flanger. Is that a little backwards bass beat? Whoop. Yeah, Paul, bring that back on Saturday and see what we can get. And look up Dubmatix, Dubmatix. He puts up a lot of free reggae loops that you can grab and have like some really cool shufflers and roots and steppers beats and everything that you might be able to grab a loop and put it on top of there just to see how it flows. Yeah, Randy, this is in the pocket, man. All I'm gonna say is I think I was just looking for this in the techno channel, not the house channel. But and 132 BPM, I think it's a little slow. I mean, a little fast for house. So, but he tagged it techno. Low end is nice. This is good. Yeah, this is a jam. Open hi-hat's perfect right now. Oh, Scott, you're back. All right, cool. We were just waiting. Oh, I like what that synth is doing. Open that up, yeah. Nice use of space and reverb. Could you put a backwards bass bump right before that? That one whoop that we had earlier, I really liked. Nope. Where was it? I didn't notice. Well, you know what I mean. Right before this drop, whoop, a reverse kick. If you want. The ride coming in. Let's check in mono just for fun. And stereo. Which percussion are you talking about, Mark? The clicky ones? I like the fast ones that are like a some of these offbeat claps. And the beginning of the acid bleeps is too much, too resonant. Okay, maybe? I'm just zoning out on the percussion and it feels like nice changes, keep changing. I like this synth. WED. Beep, beep. Okay, Maxime, the clave kind of sound you're saying is too much. Maybe, yeah. Oh, more than interesting. Maybe down to 128 BPM? Yeah, if it was 128, you could pitch it up a bit when you're playing it. So at the very end, is that the acid bleeps? Where exactly are the acid bleeps that were too loud? Because I didn't notice that. Was it this one? That synth sounds okay to me. The percussion here, some of those are a little loud. Or is that the one that's the resonant thing? Or is that too much resonance on the bleep? That groove is hitting though. Oh, I hear that bleep now. Bam, bam. Okay, yeah, there's a couple little things that are like small details that could get adjusted. So Randy, check the comments because people put a lot of good things in there. And overall, it's 99% done, 95% done. Like many Randy Adams tracks, they show up nearly fully formed, springing from the forehead of Randy Adams. So bring that back Saturday. Let's see if we can get it done. Oliver, USP, said, I think no update on this one, right? So now that Scott's here, let's dip over to the Tiesto remix version 2. And EQ flat, stereo, okay. Push this up a little bit. Checking your notes on the update. I love that screenshot of the EQ you put up. The vocals feeling good. Great, bass line down a little bit, high end up a little bit. Nice and clear. Vocal sounds great. Sounds kind of mastered already, coming from Martin Fasterbender. Hi-hat is sitting nicely this time. That was 5K dip on the hi-hat. Sounds really good. Especially how the vocals and the little synth bleeps. I can hear all those synth bleeps and the vocal is still clear. hi-hat. Yeah, this is totally playable. This is like... Auto-tune abuse. Yep, and coming in. I don't know, maybe a crash cymbal at like 355. I can't think of anything it needs to add. Bass is there without overpowering the track. Yeah, we do hear that a lot where the bass lines are too loud compared to kick drums or something, and unfortunately a lot of time that can be just your monitor, speakers, and room acoustics affecting what you hear in your mix. Which is why track feedback is so awesome. Scott, this is great. And you built everything except the vocal. That's good. Yeah, this mix is great. We can hear that you spent some time on it. See, that's how you let the tails fade out. It should have 3 seconds of silence at the end. Great, man. That's a nice update. Let's see, what other mix notes did you put? High, shelf, 2 dB, separation at the pre-chorus, bass down, vocal up. Little white noise risers, yeah. No, I think that's final. Paul, hey, you got to go. All right, thanks for hanging out. Send us a picture of your food. That's what Facebook was invented for. Cool, Scott, I think that's good. So what do you do? What's the next step with this? Do you turn it in as is, or is there a mastering stage before you put it in for this? Is a competition, right? What are you going to do next? I'll leave that open. And OSP, we're not going to play that. Over to Tim Laws, and then we got Tice and Mr. Melvis. Let's do Tim Laws. I don't think Tim's here, so we're going to make him wait. Tice Slackhouse, another collaboration with Jürgen, You're the Vibe, right? Cool. Eight minutes. Taking us for a ride. Yeah, sounds pro for sure. Made me want to sing along. So you're going to upload. All right, good. Upload it. Good luck. And I don't like Tiesto. Well, you know. That's a cool synth thing going on. What do you think of that bass line sound? It feels kind of chunky to me. Like it could work good as a deeper sound without some of the 300 hertz stuff, maybe? Ooh, Atlantic Records. That would be cool. If you win, you have to tell them, I learned everything from DJ Waters. I learned it from watching DJ Waters. Okay, that clap has a little bit of a sharpness to it. The volume is okay, but the high frequency part, it could be a little duller, so it's not like so much. And I hear a low mid synth, almost like a piano chord. I think it would be cool to cut out that opening synth sound after a while. That high one that's like, wow, wow, wow. It would be cool if that drops out. Like 237. Because you have some synths in the mid-range that would be cool to hear. That top one that keeps going on top. It's sort of blocking it out, like masking. That synth is cool. That bass line has a nice deep pulse. That synth is really loud. I would definitely take out the opening first synth. Let's just review back. So at the beginning, I like this synth, right? It's up on top. But later on, there's like so many other synths in there that the top one, I can feel it getting buried lower and lower. It would be better to just mute that for a while and let this other one be big and in front. Yeah, the mix feels a bit crowded, so this is where you can like use the layers in different places and not try to combine them all at the same time. And the track will have more space and you'll appreciate each sound like clearly. Like this one lead. That's a nice soft tone and it's very nice and out front. You can just let that be there with less of the stuff around the other mid-range synth area. And the low end, I'm thinking of what I would do differently. I might actually take down some of that low bass. Let the bass line sit above 100, 114 or something. Then it can be nice and loud there. Scoop out a little bit of 300 and have only the kick down at 40, 38, 40. Yeah, the big lead is great. Yeah, one more time, let's go back to the beginning. When this kick is by itself, that deep bottom is perfect. I'm like really happy with it. I can turn this up like this, and I get all the bottom I need underneath 100. So when we're over here, that part of the low bass line, I don't think you really need it to keep the pulse of that bass line, because you have this one, 114 hertz. If the 114 is the lowest part of this bass line, you'll get that deep kick that's like totally holding the bottom, and the bass will still be holding the rhythm. And I think that would help a lot to clear up the low end. This is a good track with a mix challenge because all the layers are nice sounds. And you want them to be all in at the same time, but you have to make some kind of executive decisions and be like, okay, this synth is going to be big at this part of the track, the other synths are going to be big in the beginning, and then have the track move where like the different synths take the spotlight at different times. And then once you have the synth groups kind of organized, you can bring up the percussion to get it brighter and on top. So what stage is this? I see 18 hours on the upload. Is this like a track from the weekend that's brand new? Because it sounds like we're at the stage of like, hey, let's put everything in and see what sounds good. And then the next part is going to be thin it down, take turns, share the space, and do some mixing. Even right here, it sounds better with fewer synth elements. You can kind of swell with the synth and really feel what each one's doing. And that one. There's great synth layers in here. Oh, 6 months old, okay. All right, I'm glad we got to review this while you're here. So just let me know, does that make sense what I'm saying about having the different leads and synths appear at different times and muting some of them? Because that'll make a big difference if you do two basic things, where one thing is EQ off, like high pass filter the bass line, the sub bass up to about 100 hertz, and the pulse that's going doom, 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 doom. If that part does not have sub frequency, the kick will be huge and the bass line will be together and the lows will be good. Then you can choose how the synths are going to move. A dubby synth back there too. Yeah, there's so many good synth layers. It's you need 8 minutes to pull them all in and out. Doing the mixing of all 3 tracks these days to fit them together. Yep, that's the game. So that's cool. If you get a chance to do another mix for Saturday, do that, or let us know when you have an update. And also, how's your studio build coming? I'm curious about your pictures. So few elements. Oh yeah, Maxime, how was your gig? I saw a couple of short video clips. It's so nice to see that people are doing parties and events and everything again. So Tice, let us know how that goes, and we'll be happy to listen to this again as soon as you get another mix update. Now, Mr. Melvis coming out with some possible sync licensing music. That means commercial music made for the purpose of selling it for ads or whatever. It's that glitch. I'm hearing some left-right on that bass line. I don't know why I'm getting crackles now. It hasn't done that before. Well, okay, so for the mix, it sounds good. The bass is a clear, simple element by itself, and the synths are nicely mixed and everything. I'm not sure I feel how the bass is moving in the stereo field. That's almost always like a big no-no for my production rules. maybe for this style of ambient kind of stuff, you could do it and it would be all right. And the chords are cool. It definitely has a vibe. This feels like on a like at a dramatic moment in a movie where the main character is like, "Oh my God, my life has to change," or something like that. It definitely feels dramatic, like dramatic realization of something. Like, I don't know. And I don't know why this is suddenly glitching. Sorry. The sounds are cool. I mean, the vibe is totally working. I think you should pursue this because you have the setup to just, if you have the setup to crank out a ton of different music with different atmospheres and feelings, you could be in a great position to just put it out there, get it licensed, and, you know, we'll hear it on the credits of CSI or something next year. Dude, what the freak is making this shit glitch? I do not know. None of the other tracks have glitched so far today. I'm sorry about the glitching. I don't know what to do different. Maybe I'll close that one. Feeling like saying goodbye and not wanting to. Yeah. Nice chord work. No, I don't think it's, I think it's my system broadcast glitching. I don't know why. So, Mr. Melvis, are you scoring any? Are you writing this out as a chart or like a chord diagram, or is this just a jam? Like, how did you come up with the composition? And how do you make the chords change on the beat with the bass line when there's no drums? Are you recording to a click, or do you play the bass line first and then just kind of follow along with keyboard? Tell us your secrets. That sounds good. I'm giving you some claps because that sounds like a version 1 that's done. I didn't really check master level for mastering, but I think, especially because from what we've heard from you in the last 6 months, you have a lot of diverse styles and feelings and tempos and also ingredients to work with. So you could be quite a force of commercially viable music for licensing for all kinds of different outputs that are not just a one-dimensional club music like we're talking about in here all the time. So that's cool. Keep going with that and let us know what you learn about the licensing outputs. Meet Joe Black. Yeah. And it's just a nice vibe. Okay, and Tim Law is on edit on House Mix. Hello. There we go. Hi-hat might be a little bit loud.
You make me feel like I'm in heaven.
Oh, cool. You work up a chord progression first and then create the other voices.
I wanna do it.
All right, Tim, good.
You make me feel like
Vocal is nice and loud out front.
I'm in heaven. I wanna do
Yeah.
it. I wanna do it.
This has a kind of a robotic feel.
You make me feel like I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. You make me feel like I'm in heaven.
And that bass line is crazy, man. Just looking at some notes, I think the bass line is better in this version. Okay, the taps. Da 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 da. Those can get lost after. We'll go back, but let's take those taps out. And then when it comes back in as a snare drum build, it'll be okay. That really sounds like a cat. All right, I like the drop because it gives it to you. You like my robotic dance moves? Let me just go back to here. Okay, right there, 148. Da, 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 da. Those snare taps can just cut out because there's other cool shit happening and you don't need them. And when they come back in for the snare drum buildup, at 218. So from 149, what did I say? Yeah, from 149 to like 218, those snares just don't have to be there. I like the way they work in the build-up, but in the empty part, they're just extra, you know? Coming back up, get ready for the robot. Yeah, Morton, I think the same thing. That hi-hat needs to come down a bit because it's going to be like... I do like how you have the bass synth layers coming in. That bounce too. All right, Ian, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, chopping up the beats. Also here at 345, those snares are too much. Wait, we had like a change. Okay, at 335, the track kind of changes. So I would take out these extra snare taps here. Because we've been hearing them for a lot, and it would be nice to have a break without them. So 334. Oh, Tim, you just jumped in. All right, cool. And then 405, snares out. Nice riser. Chops on the beats. All right, this is good because that snare thing is gone and it feels empty and spacious. Yeah, I like that right here. Deep and blippy. Okay, so Tim, if you missed the notes at the beginning, the main notes were the hi-hat can come down a little bit because it's kind of sharp, and I made some arrangement notes that I'll review. Low end is feeling good, the groove is good, sound design is good, it's going through changes, and I got robotic dance moves from it. And the vocal was nice too when the vocal came in. 5 minutes, good length, yeah. Little effects, good, good, good. Around here, I would cut out the hi-hats and just have a kick drum section. Telepathic. So that's the hi-hat. That needs to come down a little bit. Just because it's kind of bright. What I would really do is back here at 148, take out the snare taps. That one. Take those out because the buildup is cool from 218. But before that, the breakdown, there's too many snare taps. And then again at 334, the track changes to a little bit of a different vibe. And I would take out those extra snares. At this part of the track, it's kind of getting, it shifts to a different section. So this like main drop is really thick, vocal, lots of layers. It's good to have the extra percussion. Then after that, it's good to mute some of the percussion so we just can like ride in the deeper part of the track. And other than that, I think this one's going to be done. Let's hear the very ending. Just for a little dose of kick drum. Oh, you know what? The tail of that kick drum, there's a tiny click at the end of the kick drum. It's like book, book, book. Do you guys hear that? So what you might want to do is look at how your kick drum is playing, and at the very, very end of the kick drum tail before the next one, there's a little bit of a click where the kick drum is stopping. So if it's from sampler or something, you can go and like put a fade on the end of where the sample is triggered, or make sure that the sample is trimmed so that the very end of the sample is not a waveform going up above the zero crossing or down below it, but like trim it to where the waveform exactly crosses zero so that you don't get the click at the end of the kick drum. Because when you get it mastered and everything is turned up louder, you're going to hear that. And that little tiny click at the end of the kick drum is going to be like, oh, he didn't find that. It's one of those details that it's easy to miss, and it'll make your track better if you get that. So that's it on 140. Wow, we just hit a bunch of tracks. Tail sounds boxy, possibly. So great updates, man. Y'all are making some amazing freaking music. And speaking of amazing music, don't let me forget myself. So this is a pre-master version. I put in some cymbals. I'll let this roll while we're talking. And what we are going to do next is take a 20-minute break so I can catch a coffee, hit the bathroom, go for a walk outside, and breathe some real air. Not my studio funk. Might even open the window because it's getting to be springtime. And then we're going to meet in Discord, which is... I'll open this back up. For anybody watching on YouTube, the way we're doing it is we have built a system where there's something for every skill level. So the Facebook group is for people to learn about track feedback, post their rough mixes, and that's for people who are doing tracks like once a month. Or, you know, not every single day, you got your life and your family or whatever. The Facebook group is where you can share mixes, get some feedback, give other people feedback, and build relationships where we help each other make the music better. And that's really where this community started. So we just got that going again this week. Please, if you're watching this, come in, share a track. I'll give instructions every week, and we can work on that. Now, Discord is where I grab tracks for the live stream and give really detailed feedback on tracks that are about to get released. And that's for people who are doing mixes every week, twice a week, doing updates. And when you are making music that you're going to have multiple tracks and you want to have them all sound good together and get them mastered professionally, that's what the Discord group is all about. And then level 3 is publishing. So we just started the concept of a Mixotexture label with our record label project. And what we're going to do at 1 o'clock is you're going to go down here, click into the record label chat, and we're going to do a little voice meeting right inside Discord. This cat. And we're going to talk about some stuff with... Discord is so slow when I'm streaming. Oh my gosh. This channel is where we talk about stuff related to the release. And been working on some graphics like this. It's kind of fun. And especially Shepherd's is on March 25th. Like 3 days, 2 days. I'm joking to count on my fingers. On Friday, No Mercy EP release coming out from Shepherd's. So we're going to talk about how to help him out with some promo as we are building a promo system that's going to make it really easy for everybody in the crew to go to one place, grab the same content, image, video, text, hashtags, and post them on social media to share releases to your own network. So in Facebook, we do track feedback and everybody comments on their tracks. Well, guess what? When we have a release in the Mix and Texture group, everybody who gave comments is going to be like, oh my gosh, now I can help share it. And we're going to have like the next level of track feedback, which is like track sharing. You know what I'm trying to say? It's really cool. I'm super excited about that. I like this part of the track, right? Get back to my Spectrum. This thing. That's my favorite part. All right, let me know if you hear anything weird. All right, Scott, thank you. We'll make notes on what we talk about. Yeah, the videos are cool. I think Shepherds did that with After Effects, possibly. Okay, reverse crash. Predictable, but always works. All right. And as always, earlier we were talking about gain staging, how loud to make the kick drum, how to mix the kick and the sub, how to get those all in place together as one unit, and then build your mix around it. Well, guess what? That's what you learn in this course, Basic Mixing for House and Techno, where you don't learn on video, you learn by doing it hands-on inside Ableton projects that I built to give you a tutorial that you can touch and play with. So check this page out, check out this course. It's really going to help a lot of people who, if you're at that stage of music, that's for you. And then there's a bunch of other stuff in there about EQing and sound design and stuff. That's the Mix and Texture member site, courses.mixtexture.com. Go there, check it out. There's teaser modules, there's freebies, there's fun stuff to play with. And if you have a burning desire to support Mix and Texture, sign up for $3 a month and show us that you love these videos and you're getting a lot out of it. It really makes a difference to me. And if you are ready to get into the track feedback crew and make a track every week and get it released, sign up here. There's limited spots available because I can only review a certain amount of tracks per week. So that can be a goal for you to get to. I'm happy with this mix. I think this one is ready to get mastered, so I'll call it almost done. I did have to turn up the level a lot because it's at a lower level. The echo feedback. And the tail. And it's like 5 minutes. Could be a little longer, but I think it works like that. All right, so chat in about 15 minutes. Let's take a quick little breaky poo. And thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you have any questions, I'm at steve@mixandtexture.com. Send me a message. Send me some tacos. Love the tom roll. Thank you. I like that one too. Boom, boom, boom. And that last tom hit is almost like a kick drum. Great track, like the pad type melody. Oh, thanks, Tim. Yeah, that melody is. I wasn't sure if the synth was too basic because it's just like this soft square wave kind of thing, but I end up liking it, and then I put some auto pan on there for moving around. So I'm gonna wrap it up right now. Get myself a coffee, and I'll see you all back in Discord, and then everybody else, I'll see you on Facebook later. All right, awesome track today, guys. Thanks.